Live free, free of anxiety, free of stress, free of obligation. Freedom and living free is such an exciting goal. It's such a refreshing way to regain hope. But to live free means you have to start to unentangle your life. You have to constantly discipline yourself not to get entrapped again into the standard society pre-selected lifestyle. Marketing, branding, even the government all play a role, not in a mean way, not in a necessarily oppressive way, but they play a role in orchestrating a society that has a level of structure, which is good, because if there was no structure, there would be chaos. And structure a lot of times helps the masses, meaning the majority of people may not want complete freedom. Why wouldn't you want freedom? Because for some people, having too many choices is overwhelming. Some people like pre-selected choices so that they don't have to think too much. Their mind doesn't work like that. They get more anxiety with more choices. That's the masses. The people on the fringes, I would consider myself a person on the fringe, right? I'm less than 1% of society. I live a nonconformist life. I live out of my car. I live out of one bag. I have no relationships. I have no love interest. I have no pets. No home base. That's the fringes, guys. That's not the masses. Who are you? What are you? How do you want to live? You have to figure that out. You have to figure out your life. But you have to make a conscious effort if you decide that you really have had enough of the regular life. You've had enough of the burdens, the obligation, the stresses, and you want to make your life better. You want to live more free. The first step is you have to start to untangle. The first step to freedom is untangling the things that are suffocating you. They're suffocating your creativity. They're suffocating your bank account. They're suffocating your telephone. The first step is start to get rid of everything that you have to be obligated to on a monthly or regular basis. As you start to untangle your life and see how many bills you can cut back on or totally eliminate, see how many relationships you can cut back on and totally eliminate. If 80% of what people own is waste, how many relationships are waste? Meaningless relationships are nothing more than an ego trip. You can't have an ego and be free because you're a prisoner to yourself. You're a prisoner to your insecurities. You're a prisoner to your false teeth and fake breast. Even though I'm not mad if you want false teeth and fake breasts. Even if you're a guy. But we are always we're sold ownership as everything, pride of ownership. And I feel that way. Sometimes I struggle. If you don't own it, it's but what do you really own in life? You don't own anything. I've examined that question for a while. Ownership is really a trap in many instances. There's some equity. It's not always the wrong decision to own. But many of times society has sold ownership, home ownership, as a great way to build wealth, to have, just pride and ownership. But really what it does is it makes you work harder because you're not going to get a house and work less or do more of your creative gift, because once you get a house, and most people get a mortgage, but even if you don't have a mortgage, you always have property taxes, you always have maintenance, you always have utility bills. You have more bills, you have more burdens, you have less freedom. When you own a property, you have less freedom, period. Even if you own it outright. Okay, you're obligated to something. You're obligated to taxes, you're obligated to utility bills, you're obligated to a way of living. Look, you're obligated if you stay at a campground to play to their rules. But if you don't like it, you can move. There's nowhere in this world where you can not have to be obligated to some rules. And that's wisdom, because again, without rules, there's no structure and there's chaos. I don't want to live in chaos, guys. But I want to live pretty free, especially from someone who's owned a house, who's lived a very conforming life. The more you own, the more you have to run on a rat race, the more you have to work a job that doesn't inspire you, the more anxiety you're going to have, the more stuff you collect, because what else are you going to do on the weekend? The more you stay around a certain area because, you don't have freedom. But freedom comes with a mental discipline. You can easily, without thinking, go into Walmart and just start picking up items. It took me a long time to not go into the store and just go shopping mindless. Freedom is the ability to not acquire for a period of time until you've really examined what you need for your mental health, for your financial health, for a good way of living. I need to be as free as possible. I need no underwear on. I need no obligation to family members, no obligation to neighbors. And that's why I think for me, the home-based decision has kind of been made tonight. I kind of really examined that. I got a revelation. I said, Sam, I don't want a home base. I rather almost have a $65,000 Class B depreciating asset that I could take anywhere than a $80,000, $100,000 home base that may appreciate over 10, 20 years, but I'm obligated to. That's how I feel. I'm examining, will I ever buy property again? Because I don't think I can ever get over the mental hurdle of the obligation, of the restriction that comes with owning stuff. Now when I go to own a property, it's almost like when I pressed girls to be my girlfriend. Many times I was dating a girl and everything was going well. And there were certain times where I said, you know what, I want to go steady. Like, I want to make you my girlfriend. Little fiery one, good to see you. I love you, even if you have hairy legs. So many times I pressed a girl. Well, not many times. I would say there's one time in my mind I'm thinking about that I remember, like I had it made, guys. I had the George Costanza. I was the side guy. And I had no obligation to her because I wasn't her boyfriend. She actually was talking to another guy. And I would see her quite often. We would have fun. We would hang out. It would fulfill the level of connection. And there was no reason for me to try to act like I owned her or to make her my steady girlfriend. But there's something in us that we want to own stuff. We want to, it's my only one. And I kept pressing her. And then when I finally got to that position, I said, what did I do? I just screwed up all the freedom I had. Again, we want something. We want to own property. We want to own a person. We want to own things. We want to own a nice car. But then when we get it, I think there's a tremendous letdown. Little fire one said, very hairy. I'm not mad at you. One time I dated a girl. Well, I saw a girl and dated her. And a couple girls. And I asked them specifically to grow out their pubic hairs. Why? Because I like hairy pubes. I don't like shaved pubes, guys. I'm not into them. I'm sorry. There's freedom to have hairy pubes, guys. I like it. I like it when the bush is coming out of the panties. Now, some people can't handle that. But guys, what do you think they had biblical times? Do you think there was not pubic hairs coming out of the panties? Some of you guys that read your Bible to your children, you should tell them that back in the day when they had sex, Solomon had 700 wives, okay? They had pubic hairs and they were coming right out of the panties, guys. Some of you guys are so immature, you can't handle that. I was in Starbucks before I went live. And there was three guys, two old guys had horrible cologne on. They were doing a Bible study. It was a disaster. But I love them. I understand. There's a season of my life where I did that, and I'm thankful for it. But they were having Bible study, and they were talking about all the different scriptures, and I knew most of them. I knew all of them, really, that they were talking about. And I was trying to get over to bad cologne. I had my earbuds in, but I heard them out of the side of my ear. So they got done with their Bible study, and then, they just had casual chat. And then they started talking about, I don't know, I didn't know the exact details, but either some girl or some type of incident where there was conflict and someone had pulled out a gun. And then one guy was like, yeah, man, if I was ever put in that position, I would kill the guy. It's just I don't know. But what I could tell you is this, guys. I want to be free from religion too. I don't want to have to go to Bible study every Wednesday. I don't want to go to church every Sunday. Freedom is not just not buying a home base. It's I don't want to have to come to church every Sunday. And if I don't go to church for 5 months in a row, I don't want to have to show up and say, oh, where you've been. Guys, I've been masturbating in a sock, all right? I don't need you to ask where I've been, okay? But some people don't want to know everywhere you've been. I hate that, guys. But I'm thankful for a season of my life where I had that. But as I got older, I said, I don't want to be obligated to anything. Church groups. And that's why I don't anything, guys. I don't even really make reservation at campgrounds too much because I don't want to be obligated in advance. My mind doesn't work good when I'm suffocated by commitment. Just having to meet someone at a certain time, that's too much commitment at this stage of my life, guys. I'm sorry to say it. So living free is living life on your terms. I just, some of my terms. What are my terms? My terms are, look, I'm not going to obligate myself to being somewhere at a certain time. Now, I am going to obligate myself to show up to work every day. Why? Because I got to get money, guys. You got to feed yourself. But eventually, part of living simple is for the fact that one day, or if God forbid I ever lose my job, I can live more life on my terms, including whatever I decide to do to make a living. Maybe I could just strip on YouTube. I know a lot of you guys want to see me go live and masturbate in a sock, but that's not going to happen. Come on, guys. Come on. But, as I thought tonight, I just said, Sam, I really had a revelation. I just said, I don't want a home base. I'll leave my mind open to change. Why? Because I'm not going to obligate myself. But right now, as it stood tonight, I said, no home base. I'd rather buy a Class B if I really wanted to change something up and just stay at campgrounds. In a long run, would that cost more money? I don't care. In the short term, it wouldn't. But right now, I'm not going to change my setup. I look at my age. I look at my life. Everyone, you have to look at your age, your health, your life, your circumstance. Everyone's different, guys. But for me, what do I value more than anything else? I talk this out in my mind. Some people say, Sam, you're overthinking it. I will block anyone that says I'm overthinking it. I cut off a girl for telling me I was overthinking it. I wasn't overthinking it that she had a Hello Kitty. That's why she got divorced. That's why she's been in a disastrous relationship. Anyone who tells you you're overthinking it, they're a scumbag. Now, I got to be fair. I've told some people that they mind F things. So I do that sometimes myself. I'm not above doing the wrong thing. But what I can tell you is this. Sometimes it's good to think it and talk it out, guys. Because if you don't talk it out, guess what you do? If you don't talk it out, you act purely on emotion. So sometimes I make videos, all I'm doing is rambling about talking out to myself. I'm damn sure not going to talk about where I'm sleeping tonight. What else do you want? My W-2 forms? You want my social security number? Oh, come on, man. Where are you sleeping tonight? Give me your address. Do as I do. Give me your Illuminati profile picture. Come on, guys. Come on. There's a part of life that you have to say, what puts me in a good place? What allows my mind to be free? I can't be around certain people that aggravate me. You see that? That's why I don't want to be around people, guys. I don't want to be around them. YouTube's enough for me. After an hour going live every night, I had enough. Even answering some comments. That's how I am. That's what I want. I don't lie to myself anymore. I used to try to figure out, well, maybe I should do this now. That's not who I am, guys. Like sometimes, I look at certain home bases that have a community, HOA or whatever, and they got, if there's a potluck, or what they call a potluck or something, where everyone brings their own food to this get together. I'm not getting involved in that community. Why? Because that means there's an effort to get together with people. I want an effort to get away from people. Now, I don't want to live in the middle of nowhere, guys. Okay? I want to live in areas, but I want to kind of just fly under the radar. That's why I like that term stealth. I just want to fly under the radar. I don't want to bother anyone. I kind of don't want to be too noticed. Yeah, potluck parties a disaster. Good job, Lauren. Potluck. I read crazy. All right, let's leave pause. But I don't want to do potlucks, guys. I don't want to do fashion shows. Don't want to do meet and greets. I want to park in the side of the parking lot where no one is. I want no one to have my number other than business contacts that I need to for work. And then, God forbid, if I ever lose my job, I change my number. Why? Because I don't want to be bothered, guys. I want to live free. That's how I am. How have I been since I cut off all my social media other than YouTube? It's been good. It's been good. It's about 2 months now, 3 months. And I could tell you, I don't miss other social media. I don't miss being connected with people. I'm doing great. YouTube's a supplement. YouTube's good, but that's enough. I don't even want to share my life anymore, to be honest with you, that much. MTOF had a potluck thing. What a disaster. All right, let's go to all live comments, guys. I don't want to stretch this out too long. But this topic just came from me sitting down before I went live, thinking about a home base, thinking about what's my next step in life. And my next step in life is just to sustain freedom. And if sustaining freedom, even down the road, means changing my automobile setup or something like that, I'd rather do that than to be anchored down to property. Apathy, thank you for the super chat. Keep doing you, Sam. Damn it, Apathy. Thank you for the love. Don't feed the hateful trolls. Well, Apathy, love and respect to you and to Massachusetts. I never forget that you told me the trolls made you shut down your channel. There's a couple like that, and I understand it. I love you. I do this for you. And I pray that one day, if you want, you have a YouTube channel or you do whatever you want. But if you don't, I pray at the least that you gain the confidence to go out there and try car living or try something. Because obviously I know there's something itching in your soul that yearns for a level of freedom. You want out of the situation you're in. At least you want to try. And Apathy, I've talked to you. Like, I talk to some people and I say, they should never leave their house. Because I don't even think they can understand like Google Maps. I think they would get lost. But Apathy, you have a level of intelligence. I think you can figure it out. You don't have to jump into the pool butt naked. But I just think, start to dip your toe into the pool. Because you obviously have a mental capacity that you can function in society. And you can navigate around the trolls. You can navigate, because there's trolls in real life too. Come on, we know that, guys. But you can figure it out. You can navigate around them. Don't sell yourself short. Like sometimes, like when I make the handicap sticker references and stuff like that, guys, I'm pro helping people, guys. I am pro compassion. But I don't want you, and that's why I'm pro UBI, because UBI is basically going to be the same thing as a disability payout, right? Just with less bureaucracy, and people don't have to play the game with the doctors, and they don't have to speak that over their life that they're disabled. They can take that whatever amount of money per month and they can just do whatever they want. But I'm saying all that to say, I think a lot of times, which I've seen people in my family, they get labeled something and then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And even if there's something legit wrong, everyone has something wrong with them, guys. I haven't met one person that's 100% right. All right. So, but you start to sell yourself short when you don't think well of yourself. And when you think of yourself as like a handicapped person, or whatever type person. And so what I'm trying to tell you guys, if Bob Wells can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Now, I do have a certain level of, we all have different gifts, okay? But what, like I always say, is you take a little bit of everyone else, you put your own twist on it, and then the only way to figure your life out is to go out there and make some mistakes, okay? And, freedom comes with the price of you fighting for it. Okay. Forget like all the cliche patriotism quotes and all that. That's all fun. Okay. But freedom isn't free in your life, and you have to fight for your own freedom. You have to go out there and you have to engage in a warfare with yourself and with the way you've thought about life. And you have to reprogram yourself, and you have to rebuild your confidence, and you have to, re-engineer your life. And that's all part of it. All right, guys, let's take a hydration break. Going to all live comments. Apathy, thank you. Love to you. Peace to you. And I also appreciate everyone who clicks the thumbs up button and share the video. Thank you. All right, let's start from the top. Backwoods one, brother. I appreciate you, man. Love and respect to you. What day are you on your journey, brother? Backwoods living out of his, I believe, truck camper. What type of vehicle are you living out of, brother? How long has it been? What advice would you give for someone who's thinking about doing it? Let's take some advice from a newbie. Wasky Colin, too. I appreciate that. He's got a picture of a whole family. I'm not mad at that. Well, I am mad at that, but I wanted to be positive, so let me not be negative. Traveling Van tied you with 2. You guys are both tied. Walski, hello, how are you? I'm doing the best I can. How are you, brother? Backwards, that's my guy. Live free, brother. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, it's a constant discipline. You're going to get free and then you're always looking to improve. There's nothing wrong with that. You got discipline in mind. The mind always wants to acquire. The mind always wants to own. And sometimes the best thing is not to own, it's to rent or to keep it moving. Don't pay rent, don't own, pay money in gas and wear and tear in your car and just keep moving, one or the other. And then he goes, this is your life, not someone else's. I agree. And you have to change. I agree. Don't let anyone control you. I agree, guys. Look, that's why I'm anti-relationship. I'm anti-HOA. I'm anti-everything. I know Traveling Van, anti-HOA. Traveling Van, he got his guns out. He can't stand HOAs, brother. HOAs, they're not totally bad. I was part of an HOA. Not totally bad. At least they do it alone. But I know Traveling Man can't stand some HOAs. But what I could tell you is, at this point in my life, I said to myself, Sam, I'm 39. I want to live free as long as I can, guys. I think Traveling Van told me once time when he started moving out of his, he stopped renting in Florida and he moved into his minivan. Now he lives on the west coast of Florida. And what he told me is, Sam, he said, the next time I go back to a house, it's going to be a nursing home. He's not leaving his minivan until they carry him out of it. I may be the same way, guys. Now, by the time I'm that old, I may be in a Class B, so they may have to carry me out of that. I want you to look at I've looked at a Class B in the 60s, low 60s, a Corrado Exxon, something like that. My man Emilio's Journey channel, Milano's friend, put me up on game. They're about $65,000, brand new. That's not bad for a Class B. You can negotiate that down to the 50s. And a Corrado, Carado, and then I think the smallest model is like an Axon, 18-footer, Class B. That's pretty good. All right, let's continue to read. Frog Roll Creature, nothing like freedom. Well, shout out to Miami, brother, and shout out to your profile picture that puts a smile on my face. Thank you. Whoa. Sam, what's your thoughts on plant-based burgers? I like them. I like them better than meat burgers. I like a plant-based diet better than meat burgers, but you have to look at the sodium count. Because if the sodium could be just as high. Which sodium? Sodium is basically salt. Salt makes you retain water and increases your blood pressure. How much sodium should the average human have per day? No more than 2,300 milligrams. So look at the food label. Food labels and reading the food label is the number one part of your health. What's the number one part of your financial health? Is looking at your budget. How much do you spend per month? How much do you make per month? What's the part of your health? Looking at the food label. Now, look, are you going to eat more than 2,000 calories? Are you going to eat more than 2,300 milligrams? So I'm sure that's a baseline number, but at least it gives you a goal. And when you have a goal, you aim for the moon, even if you miss, you're amongst the stars. So look, guys, we don't always meet our goals financially, health-wise, everything. But when you have a goal, you're better off than if you had no goal. So you have to have a target. Good job, Walski. No underwear is a plus. Well, I'm definitely free doing that, guys. I will never go back to underwear. Doesn't matter if I buy a house or if I buy a Class B or I stay in my Jeep. I'm never going back to underwear. Even if one day, God forbid, I had to go back to an office, I'll wear slacks. But if I do wear slacks again, I do have a couple pair of boxer briefs that I got that are very stretchable. They're like Under Armour type, very expensive. I'll keep them on because you can't wear slacks and not have Under Armour on you. It's basically like a torture chamber because then you got the zipper and it could cause a serious problem with your ball sack. So what I can tell you is this, especially all my girls out there, if you got a hairy cooch, you got to wear underwear. Why? Because if that zipper gets caught in that hair, it's a disaster. That's why I think we should go back to biblical times. What are biblical times? Look, let's have 700 wives, even though I still want none. Let everyone grow out their bush, and we all wear robes. Guys, in biblical time, they wore robes, guys. So I want to wear a robe. I don't want to wear a robe. I want basketball shorts, and I don't want it to be too cold where I have to wear a robe. But you know what I'm saying? Loose-fitting clothing is a blessing. So what I tell you is I'm never going back to underwear. Good job. Little fiery one. Good to see you. Fire emoji, potato emoji, heart emoji, and hair emoji. I love you. Very hairy. Good job. Walski, laughing good. Walski. Plus no deodorant at the beginning of life. Well, I disagree with that guy. I worked with a Orthodox Jewish guy. He never wore deodorant. And I said, brother, I respect you. I respect whatever faith you have. But brother, put on some deodorant, man, because you stink, bro. Okay. Now, don't be like the born again Christian guy that I was just by doing Bible study at Starbucks and he smelled like Old Spice. So where is the Spirit of the Lord? Somewhere in between no deodorant and Old Spice cologne. So you got to find a balance, guys, because you guys are both extremists. If one is wearing no deodorant and the other one has too much Old Spice on, find a balance, guys. A girl wants you to smell like soap. You can have a rusty beard. You can even look a little bit rusty, but a girl wants you to smell like soap, not too heavily scented. She doesn't want you to smell like cologne. Guys, you know when I got the most tail? When I smelled like soap and just lightly scented lotion, lightly scented cucumber. And some of you guys out there, man, you're wearing too much deodorant, too much cologne, or you're wearing no deodorant like Walski. And what I could tell you, man, is that's not a good look. Good job. Well, hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate that. Apathy. Hey, Sam. You are an old soul. I've had people tell me that even when I'm young. Thank you. And you figured out the game is rigged. Yes. Against the poor and the middle class. To a big extent it is. I agree. Look, 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, even in an economy that's skyrocketing. Stock market all-time high, real estate all-time high. Why? Some of it is oppressive, not oppressive, but some of it is just the way the system is. But you can easily get out the system, but it takes a level of mental discipline. But what I've learned is now that I've really exited the system, I still work a conforming job, but every other part of my life is non-conforming. I wear no underwear, I have no home, I live out of one bag. And that's the way you do it, guys. You don't live free by quitting your job and living in your car. You live free by keeping your job and living in your car, because then you have the asset of the functioning society without the entrappings of the society. Okay, so that's the key, guys. That's why I've been able to really be free. If I didn't have a job, guys, I'd be stripping at Starbucks, man, for the guy with Old Spice. Why? Because I need him to put a super chat, man. I'm hungry, man. So what I can tell you is this: deodorant costs, man. Like, some people break down their monthly budget. How much do you spend in deodorant? Walski don't spend anything in deodorant. Guys, I buy deodorant. Let me tell you something, okay? I don't wear underwear, but I buy deodorant. And I put baby powder on my balls. Why? Because I live in Florida. It's 93 degrees today. You can't have no baby powder. I got to put baby powder in between my balls and my thighs. Guys, I can't rub together. That's not comfortable. All right, let's get back to the topic. What was the topic? The topic was the system is rigged, but you can step out of the system as far as the entrappings. But the other part I've learned about the system is I think the system is set up for the masses. I think society would be unhealthy if there wasn't home ownership. If no one owned a home and no one had that function, I think there would be chaos. Because I think people don't know what to do with the extra time or extra money, and they destroy themselves or others or society. So I don't think society's wrong by home ownership, by the different things that are available to us, but I think that you have an individual responsibility, okay? Especially in America, where we preach that individual responsibility, because that's what the price of freedom is that you start to own your life. And you realize that, yes, we need some basic government-run programs, which I'm in agreement with, and I think we can even do better than what we do, but without the bureaucracy, because even oil's subsidized, guys. Like, you're mad at your relative that's got a handicap sticker that's living off disability. What about the oil industry? That's subsidized. What about farmers? That's subsidized. What about Trump pandering to Iowa and making ethanol all year round and subsidizing the farmers? Guys, we subsidize a lot of things, guys. And believe me, the money that's getting wasted is more in the defense contractors than the people collecting disability. Defense contractors get a big portion of money. And Social Security and Medicare. Medicare is probably the biggest portion. All right, let's get back on track. So to beat the system, guys, forget debating politics, because you can debate the politics till the cows come home. Guess what, guys? You ain't going to change much. So what should you do? You should realize that you don't need to always own. You have to always work or secure an income. And you have to realize that, just like sometimes I emotionally wanted a girl to be my main girl, but then when I got it, I didn't want it. Emotionally, we feel the need that we have to own a property. But a lot of times when we own it, we realize it's a huge burden, and then we're caught in a job that doesn't inspire us. And it's a whole spiral the way the system is. The system is set up for the masses. The system is set up for the masses. There's nothing wrong with that. The masses have to function in society. But if you have figured out, or if you have come to the revelation in life that you are no longer part of the masses, you're not better than the masses. I want to be very clear, guys. Even if you have an enlightening moment in your life and you feel like you're exceptional and you're above average or whatever average, you are not better than anyone, but you're not below anyone. You're just different. If you have come to the conclusion that you're different and living the conforming life, the masses life, it's not for you anymore. You want to live a non-conforming, non-average life. You want to get out of the system to a certain degree. You got to play the game. Then then you got to discipline the mind, because you have to realize you are functioning in a society, which is a good society. America is a blessing. I don't want to start to bad talk America, but you don't want to sit here and say, all right, I'm anti-society. You want to use society for what you need it for, not hurt society, be a positive person in society, but you don't want to get caught in the society entrappings. Okay. And that's how you get out of the system, guys. That's the only way. Let's continue. Nothing is really owned. I agree with that. It's just set up for the masses, though. They just try to keep the masses numb, booze, pills, weed, etc. I agree. But look, I know a lot of good people that are in the system. They're the masses, and I was once a level of the masses. And some people, that's the way they want to live, and they're not wrong for that. And if they didn't have that system set up like that, they would be totally lost puppy dogs. Again, so how I look at it is like when people tell me they don't want to move to Florida. I say, all right, well, more Florida for me. So when people say they don't want to live in their car, they don't want to live like this non-conforming life, you shouldn't look at them like, oh, you're wrong, I'm right. No, you should just say, look, it's more for you. Because look, if everyone decided to sell their property and live on the road, guess what, guys? Planet Fitness parking lot would be packed, okay? And you think the psychopath working out in the machine, you think he's going to get off the machine at 8 o'clock at night? No, now you got psychopaths 24/7 in Planet Fitness. You got, people parking everywhere. It's a disaster out there, guys. So be thankful that you are unique. Be thankful that you are unique. And just go do you. Good job. Lauren, thumbs up. More Florida for Sam. Yeah, Lauren knows. Lauren used to be from Boca Raton. And damn it, there's a lot of milfs in Boca Raton, but a lot of them shave their pubic hairs. Why? Because they're living a conforming life. And they're a little bit high to do. They're a little bit bougie. But I know how to play the game, guys. Look, it doesn't matter if she drives an Audi or a beat up Ford van. Either way, look, guys, I'm like a teddy bear, guys. Girls love me. And what I can tell you is this, though. I don't care. Why? Because I masturbate in a sock. Okay? So the bottom line is I don't have to play the game. And the game with a girl is, in the beginning, you'll be seduced, or a guy. I can speak from a guy's perspective. Okay? You guys speak from your own perspective. So in the beginning, you get seduced. And then after you get seduced, what happens to you? You get treated like a chihuahua. What happens to a chihuahua? You get a Christmas sweater gets put on you, and you got to parade around like an accessory. Do I want to do that? No. Okay. What do I want to do? I want to live free. And what I can tell you guys, one of the biggest things that will burden you down is relationships. Now, this applies to both men and women. Equal rights, guys. Some men out there are totally disgraceful to how they treat women. I'm not for that. Even sometimes, like I watch porn and some men don't treat the women right. I don't agree with that, guys. I am just saying, for me, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, or if you're gay, transgender, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Relationships, you have to be very careful that many times they're unfulfilling. They're like a meal at Chick-fil-A. They're exciting to eat, but after you eat them, all you're left with is malnutrition. Okay? And what I can tell you is this, guys, I don't eat Chick-fil-A, and I don't date anyone. I masturbate in a sock. What should you do? Whatever you want. But if I do date you, I'll grow out your pubic hairs. That's what I say. Good job. All right, let's continue. Journey with Jordan. What's up, brother? Tennessee's in the house. I didn't know Tennessee has no state income tax. Guys, no state income tax is a blessing. Journey with Jordan. Hey, Sam. Thought about you today. Thank you. When I saw someone with screen netting on their car, I have that. It looks like a product that you just slide over the door. I don't know if I have that one, but I have a little netting set up, and close it and your window still goes down. I don't know that exact one. I have something maybe I'll do a video about, but okay. Yeah, look, netting helps, but it doesn't keep away some of the no-see-ums. No-see-ums are like little gnats, and they get through just about any netting. That's the problem when you stay at campgrounds. That's why sometimes I'd rather stay at truck stops, especially in the height of the summer when bugs are the most, because bugs aren't as prevalent in the truck stops or Walmarts than they are in campgrounds. And so that's a pro tip, that when you do hit the road and it's the height of the summer, which is the height of the bug season, that you are better off spending more nights in the concrete jungle rather than the real jungle of a campground. Unless you have some type of setup where you do have a lot of netting, but even that's hard to keep them away. Lauren, potluck block party. Hell no. Well, hey, I agree with that. I'm tough. They had a potluck at the condo I lived at. Total disaster. I was a no-show to all their gatherings. Praise the Lord. They talked about me, known as a hermit. Well, brother, you stay in your house, and you just keep doing you. Why? Because that's your life. You don't have to answer to no one. But when you're part of an HOA, they want to know where you've been. If you don't go to church in a month, they want to know where you've been. You think you can go back to church after not going for a month and your pastor asks where you were? You think you can tell them you were masturbating in a sock? You can't tell them that. You gotta lie to them. You got to say, oh, I was busy with work. I was doing this. The kids were acting up. But really, you were just sitting at home masturbating in a sock. And does the pastor want to hear that? No. But is the pastor committing adultery on the side? Yeah. Guys, it's a big game. So what do I want to do? I want to live free. I don't want to be part of that game. Good job. WM, what's up, man? Laughing good. To hell with the potluck. Potluck is the total torture bachelor party. I don't know, something crazy. Community, good job. Apathy, thank you again, Apathy. Love to you. I appreciate that. Lauren, freedom is everything. It's the number one thing in my life at this point. Financially free, free with independence of having good health. Because when you don't have good health, guys, you're not free. You're depending on someone else. And I often say there's not much difference between a caretaker and the undertaker, guys. So you think like, the caretaker is a loving, compassionate person, but all you hear is like the Undertaker theme music, that dong, and the caretaker turns into the Undertaker. And when I said Undertaker, I'm talking about like the wrestler, but not like a wrestler. The caretaker becomes like the persona of the Undertaker, the wrestler, but that's who they are. It doesn't matter if it's a girl or guy. And all you see is like the Undertaker get up like dong, and they look at you and they got to change their diaper and they're a disaster. Now, you rather have a professional caretaker take care of you. Why? Because they're getting paid a certain amount per hour. So at least as they're taking care of you, at least they know they're getting paid for it. If you have an ungrateful family member taking care of you, guess what, guys? They want you to die. Why? Because they're not getting paid to take care of you, and they want you to die so they can get reimbursement for all the time they took care of you. Because believe me, when you die, that's the first thing they bring up to their other siblings. Oh, I took care of them. You didn't take care of them. I want more. Guys, it's a total disaster. So what I can tell you is this. Grow out your pubic hairs and masturbate in a sock. Good job. We're done. Another $2 closer to the 100 million. I was thinking about that all day. Nice apathy. I appreciate that. Apathy. Prayer emoji. I appreciate the energy this takes out of you. Thank you for the recognition. Even though you enjoyed it, you exactly nailed it. Good job. It's a give and take. WM. I do my own Nissan potluck just fine. WM. I totally agree with that. WM. People annoy me too. Amen. I totally into this channel. Well, I'm totally into people that get me. Thank you, brother. Apathy. She pointed at something backwards to herself. I'm currently chasing my dream. Good job. You have been a huge inspiration. Thank you. Not pandering. Thank you. Now it's love. Apathy. Me, you. Love. Appreciation. What are good relationships? Reciprocal relationships that you don't have to over-explain yourself. You can let your pubic hairs grow out and no one judges you. Do I judge the little fiery one for having legs like a wildebeest? No. I don't judge her. Does she judge me for having no underwear? Hope not. Look, I don't judge anyone, guys. I don't care if you have dookie stain underwear or period stain underwear that you don't want to change. Do I judge you? No. But all I do ask if like you see me at Starbucks, at least put on some deodorant. Why? Because come on, guys, it's common courtesy. Good job. Sparky today. Hey, Sam. Closing on my house on Monday. Prayer emoji to you. I've been there and hitting the road full time in my Civic on Tuesday. I'm not what? Finally free. That's what. Selling your house. I thought you were buying a house. So you're selling your house, I believe. And then I was like, damn, why are you going to buy a house, then hit the road? That makes sense, though. You're selling. Well, one is love to you, brother, and good luck. Selling your house, I felt better the day I sold my house than the day I bought my house. When I bought my house, I felt an immediate obligation and burden. Even though it was a blessing for some years, it was a burden. And when I sold it, I felt free. 2.5 years after selling my house, how do I feel? I still feel great, guys. I debated buying a home base a couple times, and each time I said, I don't want to go back to that. I don't. I'd rather spend more money in gas. It's something mentally that's in my mind. Not everyone should be like me. I'm not the masses, but this is how I feel. And I'll change my mind tomorrow if I want. I like that freedom too. But brother, good job doing you, man. Now's a great time to cash out if you want to. Real estate's high. You hit the road. Now, will it stick? I don't know, but at least you get an opportunity to live free and live a life on your terms. I think that's a good thing, man. So love to you, prayer emoji, safe travels. Keep it moving. Use your window covers and use your phone to search for different areas to park, and let Planet Fitness and Starbucks always be your home base. Guys, when you're totally lost, you look for a Planet Fitness, you look for a Starbucks, and you look for a nearest truck stop or Walmart or something like that, and you have a perimeter. And then you just build out from there. Good job, Lauren. Remember the mental stress of trying to renegotiate your internet bill. Oh, what a disaster. Yep, I totally agree. Every year when they jack up the price, no reason. I totally agree. Great comment. Listen, guys, that's the other thing about getting a home base. No matter you buy an RV lot or house, then you got to start paying for internet, guys. Internet, $50, $70. Now, even if that's not a big deal, I just don't like the obligation, because what happens is they run that up every year. And it's just like, again, even if the money is nothing, it's the obligation. It's the showing up every day. every 30 days the bill, every Sunday you got to go to church. It's that obligation that gnaws at my creativity, my mind, my soul, and that's no good. Lauren, Keradian, Exxon, yeah, that's it. 17 feet apart, Hummer Group, I believe. I don't know what group it is. I don't know if it's that maker. It may be, but that's exactly what I was looking at. Good job, Lauren. Journey with Jordan. Ford Transit plus roof AC air mattress would be an ideal Class B for me. I'm not mad at that. That's a good setup. I know one girl that watches me. I think she's a girl. She may be a guy. I love her either way. From California named Sarah. She bought a Ford Transit Connect. I don't think she really decked it out yet, but she's living in that, and she's happy. Backwoods. Here's a guy just living out of his car for 11 days now. 11 days, he said. Advice for car camping, keep to yourself. That's good advice. Keep clean. I agree with that. Hygiene's full self-care. Park in appropriate areas. Totally agree with that. I'm in my truck canopy with a twin mattress. Well, that's a good setup. And with a frame. You got a frame too? Wow. I put storage underneath and roof rack. Backwoods, good job, brother. Proud of you. You're a positive person. He gave great advice, guys. Keep clean. Park in the appropriate places. Stay to yourself. Good job, Backwoods. 100. Fire, hand clap, all that good stuff. Backwoods. Self-care is important. Guys, it's paramount. You can't be free without self-care. You need your health. You need your physical and mental health. Okay? That's how you stay free. You can't stay free and be a psychopath, guys. You can't. You got to take care of yourself. Hygiene, how much stress you put in your life. Guys, part of living free is you're not going to live stress-free, but you can minimize your stress. Whether it's with bills, relationships, or whatever. And look, guys, if you get a divorce, here's the good news. You get a reset. So I know divorce is painful. I know separation is painful. But guys, don't force it. Don't get right back into a relationship. Like, you have to talk yourself out of that. You have to discipline yourself. Like, I had to talk myself out of getting a home base a couple times. Why? Not because I was overthinking it, but because I had to talk it out and say, Sam, is this what you really want? So if you get a divorce or if you go through a breakup and another opportunity presents itself to be with someone else and you're bored and you're lonely, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but you should really consider it. Do you want to get right back into what you just got out of? You got to be careful, guys, because that happens a lot. That's why the system's set up like that. WM. Oh my gosh, Sam. Keep it real. I'm trying to do it. I'm not about the bush, though. I'm not mad at you. There's a lot shaved out there. Keep it neat. You're original. Thank you. I appreciate that. Wasky, laughing good. I was talking about no one used deodorant at the beginning. I do use deodorant. Praise the Lord emoji. I can't stop laughing. Good, brothers. Good to laugh. Jay Bird. Hey, Jay Bird. Hey, Sam. I loved it. Thunderstorms in Florida tonight. Me too. It stopped thundering, but we're in rainy season. From now till about September, there's afternoon lightning and thundering storms and rain, sometimes only for an hour, sometimes only for 15 minutes, and then it clears. I love it. In New Jersey, it rains for days, and it's cloudy for days, not in Florida. Florida is the lightning strike capital of the world, and I like that. I like Florida, guys. I'll never leave Florida. I don't even want to go back to New Jersey ever. I really don't. I'm going to go see my mom maybe eventually, but guys, I love New Jersey. I mean, I love Florida. I love the weather, man. Even in the rainy season, even at 93 degrees Fahrenheit, height of the day today, humid, rainstorm cooled things down. But then it clears up. I love that, man. I love Florida. I'm never leaving, guys. I'm sorry. You ain't getting me out of Florida, man. Liz D. You have a Corrado? I think it's the smallest Class B. Well, damn it, Liz. Do a video of it. Now you got me all excited. How much did you pay? How old is it? And are you living full-time out of it? Great Days RV Life. What's up, man? Ganja. Pastor Ganja. I wear patch oil. Okay. Chicks dig it. Hanging out with Sam. Hey, I'm not mad at that. Good to see you, man. Buck Porter, South Florida's in the house. Are you living in your car yet, man? Your last few lives have been on fire, brother. They have. Hey, look, though. You can't hit it out of the park every night, guys, okay? So sometimes you meet a girl, and she's got a hairy bush and a nice ass. Everything works out. And sometimes you meet a girl, you see her with a wig on, and then you go pick her up, and she got no wig on. Guys, I remember I met a girl at a barbecue. She had a wig on, man. She looked good. And then I went to pick her up, and she had no wig on. And it was like, I picked up Michael Jordan. Like, when I saw her, she had hair flowing. And then, like, when I picked her up, she had a baldy shaped up. I said, how can you do that to me? You can't, like, just, because so many wigs look real. You would never know they're wearing a wig. So, what I can tell you guys, that's shocking. So what I can tell you is, man, sometimes you're on fire, and sometimes you take the wig off, and it's cold as hell. So, look, some days my live feeds are good. Some days it's like, I don't know. But always show up, guys, because the bottom line is you build You build progress over time by showing up, but if you don't have a wig on, don't show up. I don't know. I was thrown off. I was thrown off. I'm a travel man. I always wear swim shorts. Swim shorts are uncomfortable to me though. I cut the liner out. Okay, if you cut the liner out, then you can breathe. I agree with that. Jeremy Jordan. Corn farmers get subsidies. There you go. For not growing corn. Should out to Ohio. Guys, farming is a whole scam, guys, but I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying don't be mad at other people when they get government money, okay? I'm not mad at farmers giving money. We print money, guys. I'm not mad at them. But don't be mad at other people, guys. Let the money bag go around. Jeremy Jordan, shoot. I'm a travel man. Gotta keep the rats running. That's true. And some of the masses need to work. Like even my mom, she was part of the masses. She wanted to work. She said, Sam, I can't not work because then I have nothing to do. It's not good for me. Now, I don't think anyone should have to work for basic survival. I mean, as far as basic food, but there are programs. I'm not going to lie to you. Because I got family members on programs. But what I can tell you is this. Society's set up because most people want to just have something to do each day. That's it. They want to have something to do all day, and then they want to come home. They want to eat DiGiorno pizza, and they want to watch the Lifetime channel. I don't want to do that. I love my mom. She does that. I go see it. I don't want to go. Yeah. But what I can tell you is a lot, and that's why I can understand there's different perspectives in the world. And as I matured in life, I started to look at other people's life, not in judgment, but in observation. And whether it's my mother or friends or lovers, and I looked and I said, you know what? The masses aren't stupid. The masses aren't to be disrespected. It's just that that's the way their mind functions. Okay. Again, if you got 10 people in the room, one's a psychopath, one's super nerdy, and the other 8 want DiGiorno pizza and they want to watch Lifetime at the end of the day, and that's a full day for them. I'm on the fringe, guys. Okay. I'm a guy that wears no underwear. I like girls with a hairy snatch, but I don't like to date girls. I don't want to be around girls. I don't want to be around guys either. I don't want to be around anyone, but I don't want to be in the middle of nowhere. So I'm balancing a thin line of all the different things that I am, and I'm on the fringe of society. So I'm not the masses, but does that make my way right? No, it just makes me, me. Okay. So there's nothing wrong when you say, Sam, screw you. I want to eat DiGiorno pizza, and I want to watch the Lifetime movie. And that's my happiness in life. What do I say? I'm happy for you. Guys, I want you to do you, but I want you to live a good life. I don't want you to be unhappy. Nothing in life is perfect, so I don't want to start to act like if you do one thing, life is perfect. There's a discipline of the mind. Even for me, living as free as I live, there's days I still feel bad, but I feel better at least at this season of my life than I know I would any other way. So I know I'm in the right place for me. And that comes through talking things out, not making emotional decisions for the most part. I still make mistakes. And keeping things simple. I try to keep things as simple as possible. Once in a while, you sprinkle in some complexity, once in a while. But for the most part, you try to keep things simple. Brandon, glad you choose what is best for you. I appreciate that. Society expects the new generation to keep up with the past. Yeah, I mean, and rightfully so. Why? Because it doesn't matter what generation, there's always going to be the masses. You put 10 people in a room, there's a psychopath, there's a super nerdy person, and then there's 8 people that are they're just the masses, okay? So who runs the HOA? Sometimes the psychopath, sometimes the super nerdy person, okay? But most of the time, most of the community, 80% of the community, they just want to have a potluck, guys. Most of the community, they don't really care about subsidies. They don't really care about deep, dark truths. They just want their potluck, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna rename this live feed potluck pandering or whatever. Guys, the masses do not want to think too hard. And I'm not saying they're wrong for that. Because I mean, the more you think, the more grief you have. Guys, there's a scripture that says the wiser I am, the more grief I have. That's why they say ignorance is bliss. Like you think like the people at the potluck, you think they're stupid, but at least they're happy-go-lucky. Like they're happy-go-potlucky, you know? And so like if you're thinking about like deep dark truths all day, you're like traveling man. You got to bunker down in your minivan on the fringes of the west coast of Florida because you're one bad conversation away from total mayhem. And I understand that because I like to be alone too. So there's some people that they like to frolic in a potluck. But there's some people that if they're in a potluck, there's going to be a mass shooting. Guys, I don't want that for anyone. So what I can tell you is this. Live free, but however you define it. All right, good. Let's take a hydration break, guys. What a disaster. Preacher ragtime. All right. Tony Gars. B. Tony Gars. I too need to be alone 95% of the time. I can understand that. Being around people and social situations, yeah, you definitely don't want to go to potluck. Stress me out. You definitely don't want to go to potluck. But there is a social stigma associated with being an introvert. I agree with that. And I often feel I'm missing out. Well, you have to learn to function around people because every job requires one thing. You work with some people at some level. But I'm not mad if you want to work the night shift. Guys, I worked the night shift and I loved the night shift. Why? Because I had to deal with less people. I like working remote and that's why I work out. Why? Because I have to deal with less people. So I was hesitant to come back on day shifts when, like years ago, I worked the night shifts. And then I was like about to get a promotion, but to get the promotion, I had to come back on day shift. A lot of times to advance your career, you have to work during the day because that's when most business is getting done. So I made a decision because I said I'm still in the prime earning years of my life. So I might as well build my career, come back to day shift and, take that shot. But what I liked about, and I'm glad I did because eventually that's kind of like how I positioned myself to where I'm now. But what I could tell you is I'm similar. But I want you to know in your mind, you don't beat the system by totally disengaging with the system. You have to learn the system and then not play the system, but you have to play the system, okay? You have to understand how it works. You have to take the parts of the system that are going to help you, which is to function, to make an income in the system. And then you can't get entrapped in the other part of the system, which is a mortgage and potlucks. So don't begrudge the system. Don't begrudge the masses, but learn how to play it to your strengths. Good job, Tony. Being alone all the time has also eroded my social skills. Well, that's why you gotta have that other part of you. You gotta be able to play both sides. That's why I remember like I was hanging out with someone. I'll never forget this. We were driving in a car. We were young. And at that time, I was never a bad kid, but I would sometimes be in bad situations, okay? So I remember we were driving late at night, a bunch of friends, and like I broke something down like real professionally, okay? And I used a different tone, okay? And so like one of my friends like never heard me speak like that. And it wasn't really a friend, but he was an associate. He wasn't around me that much. He goes, Sam, I didn't know like you could talk like that. He goes, you're good. He goes, I thought like, you weren't going to be able to do nothing like. He goes, whatever you do, you're going to be all right because you know how to talk like that. You know how to function with people. And communication and talking to people and learning how to like navigate that conversation and navigate the situation, that's key to society. And that's why you got to strike a balance, okay, between not being part of the masses, but understanding the masses, not looking down on the masses, and not looking down on the system. Because again, the system is still overall good. I mean, we're better than most other places in the world. Again, I think when you're really intelligent, when you're really wise, your intelligence doesn't make you better than anyone, and at any time you can be broken. So you're really not on an ego trip. You're not on like, oh, I watch CNBC and I trade stocks, so like I'm a super smart guy. Because then you lose 6 figures and then like, you never tell people what you really lost. So what I could tell you is this. Take the good parts of the system. Don't begrudge the system. And then beat the system by being you. And being you means being free. And if that means growing out your bush, I'm all for that, guys. All right, let's take positive. Good job. I'm a travel man. I wear Platinum Agastis. I don't know what that means. It's a nice, clean fragrance. I'm not mad at you as long as it's not too strong. I've been wearing it since 1994. Well, that's too strong, man. Anything made prior to 2000 has too strong cologne. Guys, it's like a car made prior to 2000. The emissions are too high. I can guarantee you any cologne made before 2000, the emissions of that cologne fragrance are too high. So, traveling man, I love you with all my heart. I know somewhere you're buried in the deep forests of West Coast of Florida. And I know you're probably going to be upset with me. But what I want you to do is take that fragrance and put it in a campfire because it's killing you, man. But that being said, you want to be single. So when you want to be single, put on some extra Platinum Agastis. Why? Because you don't care if the girls don't like it. But all I ask, like traveling man, if you see me in Starbucks, just don't put an extra spray on. Okay? Just keep it nice and light. I love you, brother. Ryan B. Tony, you're not missing out. I agree with that. Jordan, I'm glad there aren't any more nomads in my area. Yeah, Tennessee got a lot of open area. I don't need Dave Ramsey parking lot fill. Well, you damn right about that. I agree with that. Good job, Brandon. Jordan. Next week I'll be with you. Brandon, about to. Hey guys, Tennessee got no state income tax, so you guys, you about to live tax free. I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna travel then. Yes, different. I have felt and experienced their pain. Good job, Travel Man. Snow Panther, Minnesota's in the house. Why don't you like Chick-fil-A? Brother, I broke it down. Chick-fil-A is basically a fancy Wendy's with a religious organization running it. Chick-fil-A is a disaster. But why do I say that in all seriously? Because look, I am not perfect as far as like a perfect shape. I got a wide ass. But look, I did lose over 200 pounds in my life. And the number one thing that helped me lose weight and get my health together, and you can't be free without your health, is stop eating out. Now, when I say eating out, I mean like fast food and processed foods and all those processed foods, even Chick-fil-A. I know they preach they're a little bit healthier. It's a disaster for your health, man. It is. And let me tell you something. When you can't tie your shoe, but you can eat Chick-fil-A, it's not going to be good. You're not going to be rolling around the van eating Chick-fil-A. But that being said, that's just my opinion. Because Bob Wells overweight and he's the king of nomads. There's a lot of people, drinking beer and they got RVs. They're living free. So again, this is just my perspective. My perspective is I don't want to go back to the entrapment of society. Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Wendy's, those are all big corporations, okay? Or family-run things on religious dogma. Like Chick-fil-A owners don't want to pay for contraceptives because they're like very Christian, but they want to kill people with obesity. So like they say they're pro-life, but they're pro-death. They're selling people unhealthy food, which basically going to kill them, but they're pro-life. And so they don't want to pay for contraceptives in their healthcare. Guys, I'm very anti fast food establishments. That being said, I have my indulgences, but they're healthy food. And I'm not mad at anyone. Look, guys, I eat fast food nonstop for years. So I'm not going to judge anyone. But that's why Chick-fil-A to me is just a rebranded Wendy's. Did I like Wendy's? Yeah, I like the number 6 spicy chicken Wendy's. And I liked the McDonald's fries. And I liked fried chicken from Chicken Holiday. And I liked all that stuff. But it almost killed me. And I damn sure wouldn't be living in my car 350 pounds rolling around. I would need a big-ass Ford Transit E250. Am I mad at that? No. Look, again, Bob Wells overweight. He's living his life, but he's got diabetes too. And thank God his YouTube channel blew up because for a while he didn't have health care. So you think you're beating the system by having diabetes with no health care living in BLM land. You better hope your YouTube channel goes booming through the roof. Why? Because you don't have health care, and one step could totally lead you to disaster. So you better pander to your audience, man, because it's a disaster. Good job. Charlie, I surrendered to keeping up with the Joneses mentality. It's been good for me. Hey, look, Travel Man got a nice watch, and he got a $10,000 corporate desk in a storage unit. So he's not keeping that because he's trying to keep up with the Joneses. He's just keeping up with it because he likes it, and I'm not mad at him. Why? Because I love Travel Man. Luke, what up, brother? Sending you positive vibes. Well, brother, I appreciate that. How's the thrift store hunting going, brother? Ryan B, I had to cut off someone today. Congratulations. Always wanting to argue. Yep, you did the right thing then. It was like talking to a professor debater. Yep, good job. Look, your life is not up for debate, guys. If you have any doubt, cut them off, change your number, and that's it. I agree with that. Look, guys, when do I block people? When sometimes I just don't feel the vibe, guys. You didn't feel the vibe. You did the right thing. Today was a bit hard knowing it's over. That's all right. The best decision you ever made. Don't go back. Don't get free and then go back to bondage, guys. And that's what they did. That's why Moses killed 3,000 people, including men, women, and children. Why? Because they wanted to go back to bondage. So you escaped your ex. Now what do you want to do? You want to go back to them. You feel like you feel like, maybe your father wasn't that bad. You feel like maybe your lover wasn't that bad. We had a girl in here simply Seminole. You know how many times she went back to her ex-boyfriend? A lot. She escaped her ex-boyfriend. She got in her car and she left. Then what'd she do? She went back to her ex-boyfriend. When? During the holidays. Why? Because she felt lonely. What'd she do? She went right back into bondage. Now, what is she doing now? I don't know. I hope she's doing great. I love her. I love everyone, guys. And I don't realize how hard it is. I don't judge her. Guys, it's not easy to stop eating at Chick-fil-A and then never go back. Believe me, there's plenty of days during my health journey that you would have caught me backsliding in a Popeye's fried chicken parking lot, eating greasy-ass chicken. Why? Because I was backsliding, guys. I was going back to bondage. But eventually you got to break free. That's how you live free. Good job. Move forward, brother. Keep moving forward. You'll be better. Journey with Jordan. Brandon, at Brandon. What I can tell you is to get east of Nasty. That is the only place I've been. Cops knock on my window. I'll make a video about it if I ever start a channel, brother. Journey with Jordan, I'll support you if you start a channel. But you better be mentally strong, brother. Because YouTube is not for the mentally weak, or it is, but it's for the mentally weak to have a fake profile picture and talk crazy. So I pray that God's grace be with you. Gary D. Just think, all those pluses at pluses. Well, hey, I don't know what that math equation meant, but I'm all right with that. Cameron, hey, Sam. WM. Sam, how you get driver's license with no home address? Guys, all you have to do is Google that. All you have to do is look on YouTube. There's plenty of people that tell you about RV mailing addresses, different ways to do it. You got a family relative or whatever. I'm not going to give out some of my personal information, but guys, there's millions of YouTube videos on that. They go step by step. They go into the DMV. So when someone asks me that, I don't know why you just haven't researched YouTube or Google. That's what I did. So some of that's my personal information. I'm not going to show you my W-2 form. I'm not going to give out some of my information. But all I can tell you is the information is out there. There's some people that took you step by step into the DMV, some full-time nomads, and they're showing you that. So they did a better job than I could do with it. So that's what I would tell you to do. Good job. I love the drive. Hey, Sam. Journey Jordan. Brandon, at Journey with Jordan. This is my last weekend. I'm excited. Good job. Throwing away crap now while, listen, keep doing you, brother. Ryan B. Yep, I had to talk myself into cutting a friend off today. Relationships will suck you in quick. I totally agree. Got to be careful. Look, I think a big level of resentment with my father came when he realized I was going to be free. And even some people, like, I remember someone pulled me aside and said, Sam, you got to be careful when you tell people you're living this lifestyle, because a lot of people just get jealous because they wish they weren't they wish they weren't entrapped with all these different things, and you're living free. That makes a lot of people jealous. So, look, not like a lot of people are jealous of you living out of your car. I don't think a lot of people get jealous of that, because most people still look down on living in your car. And I understand that. I would have too, so I don't want to be unfair. But I think it's the fact that they think you're getting over, and they think like, you don't have any obligations, and they're jealous that, you're living free. So, bottom line is you don't need that in your life. That's why I called my father. And especially at a mentally fragile part in your life where you're totally changing your lifestyle, you're totally bucking society norm, you're totally not following the masses. When you're doing something such on the fringe ends of society, as long as you're not hurting anyone, then the last thing you need is a negative Nancy in your ear. The last thing you need is someone who wants to debate you. Guys, you're not running for president. And even if you were, you don't keep them in your inner circle. You wait till you're on the debate stage with Jeb Bush and you call him low energy. You don't want Jeb Bush as your right-hand man. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is you don't need those type of people in your inner circle, and you're not going to be able to sustain above average life with that. Mr. JD, how's it going, Sam? Doing the best I can. How are you? Hope and pray. Hey, all. Hey, hope and pray. Is this a Christian chat room? Well, I wear no underwear. I like women with a hairy bush. Solomon had 700 wives. Would David killed some guy so he can get with his wife? Paul, who wrote most of the New Testament, was basically a murderer too. Moses was a murderer. Jesus said you should stay single. So basically, I follow the Bible. I control my lust. How? By masturbating. So if you consider that Christian, which I consider that Christian, how I just broke that down, then you're in the right chat room. If you are basically a religious nut who has poor mental health, but you're a loving person, but you've been in a string of bad relationships, and you're probably dating the usher. If you're dating the usher on the down low, and you're going to Bible study every Wednesday, is this channel for you if you're ready to change your life? But if you're ready to bend over doggy style for the usher and act like you've never had period stain underwears, this channel ain't for you. Do I want to hurt you? No. Do I want to speak my truth? Yes. If our truths can align in the Spirit of the Lord, and what's the Spirit of the Lord? The Spirit of the Lord is freedom. Okay, I don't want to be controlled by you, and I don't want to be controlled by anyone else. And if you're a woman, the Bible says the woman shouldn't speak in the same part of the church that the men are in. The men are speaking here, but I don't believe in that. Why? I believe in equal rights for women. Okay, all right. So I don't agree with everything in the Bible. Okay. Just like I don't believe that the slaves should obey their slave master, that women should speak in a separate part of church, that they should wear a head covering. I think for myself, okay? If you think for yourself, you can rock with me. Then you're free. If you're not free, if you're controlled by a book that all men put together to control all of society, the masses, I love the Bible. It's helped me in many ways, but the only reason I love the Bible is because I read it for myself and I thought for myself. The pastors and the priests that were interpreting had their own agenda, and guess what their agenda is? 10%. 10% of all you make. Okay. So if you come in here every night and you give me 10% of your income via super chat, will I love you? No, because I don't want to control you. Keep your money. Okay. Make it rain on yourself, Scrooge McDuck style. And grow out your bush, okay? So I think I've answered your question. Is this a Christian channel? Guys, it don't get more Christian than this, all right? Love and respect. All right, let's take a hydration break. Hope and pray says the anti-social. Welcome to the club. Jordan. Oh boy. Pro-choice rant triggered. Hope and pray. I'm neutral on abortion. Well, I'm pro-choice. No neutral here. What does the Bible say? The Bible says you're neither hot nor cold. So what's God going to do? Spit you out of his mouth. You can't be neutral. Come on. Good job. Tennessee. How's it going tonight, everyone? Well, we're starting to warm up. Good job. Hope and pray. Hey, newcomers. Hello to you. Doug from New Mexico. Shout out to the nuclear testing grounds of America. What's that? New Mexico. They got cheap camping. Why? Because there's radiation everywhere, man. All right, let's continue to read. Sammy. Good evening from New Mexico. Yeah, it's a nuclear testing zone. How the heck are you? I'm better than you, man. I'm in Florida, the MILF testing zone. What is your plan over the weekend? I'm going to test out some MILFs. Anything wild? Oh, yeah. I like hitting girls with hairy pubics. Doug, what are you going to do? You going to go karaoke? Good job. Tennessee coming in hot. Oh, yeah. Tonight is a chat. Well, guys, you got no state income tax. You're winning. Hope and pray. Should I subscribe? It's up to you. I don't want to control you. I want you to be free. But don't come in here and start to demand things because this ain't your church, okay? And I'm not going to pander to you. So if you're excited about this channel and what I have to offer, praise the Lord. If you're not, kick rocks, all right? I love you. Oh, you're from Alabama. Well, let's hope that ends positive because California's got more GDP than you guys. California makes more money than Alabama does. Okay, there's more job opportunity, more growth in California. I know everyone hates on California, but Alabama is basically, look, Alabama's a shithole. I'm sorry to say, so I don't know. Maybe you want to subscribe, maybe you don't. But I'm sorry to say Alabama's a shithole. I love you. Stay positive. Good job. Tennessee, I'm in Knoxville. I hope you pray. Oh, okay. Well, it's not that bad. Enjoy the dream life. He's from Canada. Canada's got universal health care. God sent his son Jesus to give us salvation. I believe in the grace of God. His own disciple Thomas doubted him, and Peter denied him, and Peter also wrote most of the New Testament. He was considered the first pope by the Catholics. Florida is the Garden of Eden. Well, people still doubt looking for paradise. Sam, you are there. Well, I am. That's true. I'm never leaving Florida, guys. Very magical. And they got no state income tax. Look, hey, guys, in America, we worship the almighty dollar. Why? Hey, guys, we don't want universal health care. Why? We don't want to pay our taxes for it. So what I can tell you is this, guys. Hey, whatever. Bloober. Hey, Bloober, what's up, man? Bloober, he's right. Well, thank you. Hope and pray. I believe in all religions. All right, well, I'm not mad at you. That's possible. Well, look, everyone should do whatever they want. I'm not. Bloober, I like the movie The Matrix. All right, I'm not mad at that. Bloober, be a Neo. Hey, be a porn star. I don't care. Hope and pray. If you have to choose life and choose death in a situation, choose death. Well, damn. All right. Hope and pray. Face your fears. All right. Lizzie, she's laughing. I just got a 2019 Corrado on fire sale. How much? Went out of business. Tell me the details of it. Lived in it for 3 weeks or so, going back to pick it up. Big learning curve. I agree with you, my friend. Liz, tell me more. I'm excited about this. Lauren? Tennessee and New Hampshire, also shitholes. I'm not fine. Tax the interest income off your investments, so not great for someone. Good job. With passive or active income investments. Lauren, I didn't know that. I'm not leaving Florida now for sure. Good job, Lauren. Hope and pray. I watch all news. Man, your mental health not too positive. Look, let's stay positive. Jordan with Jordan, damn it, I missed the super chat. $1.99. We're close. Oh, sales tax took something out. Regressive tax is extra. Well, damn it. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, Mr. Super Chat. Damn it. Journey with Jordan, I appreciate that. Journey with Jordan, thank you, brother, for the love and support. You hit me consistently, man. And all I can tell you is thank you, man. Love to you and appreciation to you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you, Journey with Jordan. Thank you, Apathy, too. Brandon, I know you love that Florida heat. I'm never leaving. But I was camping in Maine. I'm not, I don't like that. For a week, and the isolation was far better than most states. See, that's the thing about me. I don't like to be isolated. I don't like to be in the middle of nowhere. I went to the Vermont mountains. It sucked. There's no Wi-Fi, no Starbucks, no Latino MILFs. I just don't want to be smothered by people. Like, I don't want to sit next to someone in Starbucks and they got bad cologne. But I want to be by a Starbucks. I don't care if there's other people in it. I just want to sit in a park by myself. So I'm not like an isolationist. Like, I don't want to go to New Mexico and go sit by, like, radiation. I want to, like, be in Florida by people, but not on top of people. So that's the difference. Excuse me. Brandon says, I feel the isolation peacefulness. I'm not mad at you. And the vibe of the area is more than weather. I'm not mad at you. Hey, For me, weather is 90% of it. What's the other 10%? No sales tax. So if the weather's good, if there's no state income tax, sign me up. And that's why I came to Florida. Good job. Jeremy Jordan. Thank you again for that. I appreciate that. Damn it. Hope and pray. God bless, guys. I'm out. Well, damn, that was quick. Goodbye. I love you. Jeremy Jordan. Oops. Meant 9.25% sales tax. $0.09 per dollar. Well, damn it. I don't know what happened there. We got to get Trump on that, man. Lauren. States with no state income tax are Florida. Good job, Lauren. You're breaking it down. Texas, South Dakota, Wyoming, Nevada, and Washington State, and Alaska. Bob Wells did a whole series on what nomad states you could pick and then how to get information there and how to get your whole process changed. Guys, all you got to do is look those up. Lauren, good job. Lauren. Tennessee and New Hampshire are tax or interest income on investments. Lauren, you just saved my life. I would never went there anyway, but that's good information. Journey with Jordan, I love you, man, but I didn't know that. Dang. Hey, Sam the man. Your knowledge of the Bible is legit. It pretty much is. Thank you. Lauren, that's a high sales tax, Journey with Jordan. Yeah, that is. 8.25% here in Las Vegas. I'm surprised, guys. Thank you, Lauren. Nicolo, where are you? I'm in my car. Where are you? Journey with Jordan. Lauren Baker, yes, I believe Tennessee is the highest sales tax in the U.S. I didn't know that. Lauren at Journey. Ouch. But at least you have those beautiful rolling hills. I like flatland, guys, and lakes and rivers. I like flatland. I only like ocean. I don't like lakes, but I love you. Free BB. Get free or die trying. I'm not mad at that. Doug coming straight from radiation zone. He's laughing. New Mexico tested one bomb. Oh, yeah. Nevada was the major test area for nuclear stuff. Yeah, there's free campsites there. Of course the winds blow. Yeah. From Nevada eastward towards me. Yeah, you're basically going to die early. I hope not. Hey. What is that glow outside? Yeah, man, you better hurry up and collect your Social Security because you ain't got much longer. I'm not mad at you, Doug. I love you and Pam. Come on. Save your money and get a high-class escort. Hey, I say save all your money and just masturbate yourself in the sock. That's what I say. Good job. I'm a trouble man. I always get compliments on it. I'm not mad at you. I do it like, brother, I love you. You're a ladies' man. Brandon, this ain't your church. Well, hey, I got to be honest. Guys, better for me to find out now than 10 years after marriage. You want me to fake like someone else, then 10 years later say, you know what, I don't care, I'm letting my pubic hair grows out. So then all of a sudden you come home and you let your pubic hairs grow out and your spouse says, what are you doing? And what are you talking about? What am I doing? I'm letting my pubic hair grows out. That's not how I met you. And, and then all of a sudden there's a big debate about who's going to shave whose pubic hairs. And what I can tell you is, guys, look, I rather tell people up front, this is who I am. I don't want you to change for me, but I don't want to change for you. If we accept each other and we give each other space, praise the Lord. If not, peace emoji. Good job, Doug. I love you, man, Doug. You know I love you. I just laughed my butt off with your comments, so thank you. I am never offended. I know, and I appreciate that about you. Anyway, nothing exciting for me this weekend. House maintenance, your favorite thing, right? No, I looked at the RV. That's why I couldn't even buy that. Then I got to buy cleaning products again. I got to buy trash bags to put in the toilet bowl to take a poop in. Why? Because I don't want to clean the black tank or the gray tank. Guys, I never want to go back to buying trash bags. You got to buy a type of trash bag for the bathroom, a type of trash bag for the kitchen sink. So what I tell you is just buy 3 mil contractor bags, throw everything out, and then never buy a trash bag again. Good job, Gilbert. Sammy, what's up, Gilbert? Sammy, what's up, everyone? Gilbert, we love you. Shout out to Queens. Jeremy Jordan. Hey, Doug. Was your house damaged from nuclear radiation? He's still glowing. Ryan Meat. Gotta go. Love you, Sam. I love you, Ryan. Have a fantastic, hot, sweaty night. Yeah. Good job, Ryan Meat. Love you, brother. Keep cutting people off, Doug. The bomb was tested in 1945. Besides the 3-eyed toads around me and the 5-legged sheep, everything is normal out here. Twitch, twitch, twitch. Yeah, and you got no vegetation. You're looking at a cactus, guys. They kill all vegetation in New Mexico. There's no water. There's no ocean. All there is a cactus, radiation, one karaoke club, and Doug selling RVs to old women that have been severely radiated. Am I mad at him? No, Doug's got to make a living, man. So if you need an RV and you live in New Mexico, go to Doug's house. Doug's got to sell some RVs, guys. Let's stay positive. Journey with Jordan. We got to get Trump on that. Yeah, 2020. I'm not mad at you. We'll see. Dennis, my family raised 3 kids in New Mexico. Oh, one of each. Well, yeah. Well, I hope they got no state income tax there, at least to subsidize you. Doug, Sammy, you're sweating. I'm in Florida, man. I'm not in New Mexico. Like a farm animal. Yeah, we subsidize farmers. Did you know that? Being loaded onto the truck. Yeah, we subsidize them. We subsidize everybody, guys, except the people. Lauren, good night. Sam, good night. Good job with the information. All right, guys. I gave it the best I got. You guys gave me the best you got, and I appreciate that. Journey with Jordan, thank you for the super chat. And Apathy, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for everyone who left a comment. Cameron, thank you, brother. You'll be in Florida next month. You're going to be here in the height of summer. I like it. Doug, everyone have a good night. Good night. Thank you again, Apathy. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your company. I appreciate you clicking a thumbs up, sharing the video. Masturbate tonight, guys. Grow your pubic hairs out. Do whatever you want, but live free. And if people can't accept how you're living, cut them out. Because part of living a free life is not having relationships that you debate people. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm very thankful. Gerald, I appreciate you, man. Still, thank you again for everything last night, man. Stay positive, Gilbert. You stay positive, too. Keep talking well to yourself, Gilbert. Keep talking well to yourself. Okay, you're hot and sexy. Okay, talk dirty to yourself, guys. Say, I'm sexy. And then just make yourself happy. Why? Because, guys, you got to make yourself happy. Why? Because if you don't, no one else will.